game like the Everyday Value Slam for only $5.99. Now you can stack your wins and enjoy the sunny side of craveable value. $5.99 every day, part of the all-day Diner Deals value menu, only at Denny's.
Who says you have to spend more on skincare to get results? I power up my skin with Olay. It works, guaranteed. Try niacinamide for strength, retinol 24 for smoothness, and vitamin C for brightness. I like to use them all. Olay, face anything.
I missed you.
Monday on ET, inside Lisa Marie Presley's emotional memorial. And you can also watch it with us on Sunday. We will be live streaming the service starting at 9 a.m. Central. Go to ET Online for that. We also have an exclusive with Winona Judd. She's headed back on tour. And Rachel, you're heading back home here to Tennessee for that.
Yeah, sure will, Kev. I always love catching up with Winona, but I have it.
Happening now.
This is Narcan. It reverses the effects of an opioid overdose. And coming up, we'll tell you how the Bexar County Sheriff's Office received more funding to make sure this is more readily available.
I'll be back to talk about when we could see a little bit of dampness for part of the weekend and some real rain chances right around the corner.
And the latest round of recalls. There could be some hidden dangers inside your home. A carbon monoxide emitter in your kitchen. And what if the TV you're watching right now is posing a danger? The news at 5 starts right now.
Amid an epidemic of overdoses, many believe it will save lives, and new funding will keep it in reach of Bexar County deputies. Narcan is a medication that rapidly reverses opioid overdoses when given to someone quickly.
Previously, the county had relied on grant funding to get it, but BCSO tells our Camelia Juarez how thousands of dollars from an opioid settlement will make sure it's now readily available.
It's been nearly 6 months since 17-year-old Danica Caprosi overdosed and died after taking a single fentanyl-laced pill. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid 50 times more potent than heroin. Danica's mother, Veronica Caprosi, believes more lives like her daughter's can be saved if life-saving tools like Narcan are more readily available.
Everybody needs Narcan in their home, in their purse, because you don't ever know. It could be happening somewhere you're walking and you can see something and, you can help.
Narcan can bring someone out of an overdose state if it's administered in a timely manner. With today's funding, BCSO deputies can continue to have Narcan on hand.
So it's come to the point where wherever you find Bexar County deputies, you will absolutely find Narcan not too far away. And the training that goes along with it.
At least 2,000 doses of Narcan, a 20-month supply, were purchased using money from a statewide opioid settlement. Previously, the county relied on grants to pay for Narcan. Bexar County Public Health Leader Andrea Guerrero Guajardo says using Narcan can potentially help lead someone to a path of recovery.
People are 5 times more likely to seek treatment when they encounter harm reduction interventions than just by abstinence alone.
Sheriff Javier Salazar says he's glad Narcan will be readily available because just last year, patrol deputies administered Narcan 50 times and then 10 times in a jail setting. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
A trip to the health clinic ends with new gunshot wounds. San Antonio police say the victim was shot just as he was leaving the clinic's parking lot. It happened at Abshire Street near Old Highway 90 this afternoon. Police say the man was leaving the University Health Clinic when someone shot him in the shoulder. Investigators believe 2 suspects took off in a black vehicle. That victim taken to University Hospital.
One apartment complex, 2 calls for shootings in just a matter of hours. San Antonio police say they are now trying to figure out who killed a man in one of those apartment units. This was at the Arcadian apartment complex near Loop 1604 and I-10 on the northeast side. Police say the first call for a shooting came in from one unit before midnight. Then around 2 a.m., they were called for another shooting at a different apartment. A 33-year-old found dead, no weapons discovered at that scene.
An electrical contracting company on fire on Lookout Road, and firefighters had issues trying to put this one out. The call was at the Powerhouse Electric in the 1300 block of Lookout Way near Judson and I-35. Heavy smoke coming from the warehouse. The quickly burning fire taking all of the contents. Firefighters even had to cut a hole into the garage to get the water inside the building.
Using what we call a K12 or a circular saw just to
to cut into to open up the garage doors and be able to fight the fire from the outside to get some of our larger streams so we can get water into the inside of the structure.
This was a big fire. 32 units answered the call to help with putting it out. The fire burned for hours as firefighters stopped it from spreading into the next door office building. No injuries reported, and investigators are still looking for what caused it.
Investigators tracing a house fire to this man. They say Billy KSAT set the fire at a home belonging to his estranged wife's boyfriend. According to an arrest warrant, surveillance video showed a man matching KSAT's description with a gas can walking into an alley behind that home before it was on fire. This was just last week on East Drexel near I-10. Just yesterday, arson officers say KSAT admitted to setting the wooden fence in that alley on fire.
An Amber Alert issued for 2 missing sisters from North Texas, believed to be in grave and immediate danger. The McKinney Police Department looking for 6-year-old Jennifer Burns and 9-year-old Jessica Burns. The 2 young girls were last seen around 6 o'clock yesterday in McKinney. Police are also looking for Jamie Burns, who investigators say is the children's grandmother. If you have any information, you can call police at McKinney at 972-547-2700.
On the night rapper Takeoff was shot and killed in Houston, another woman was also shot in the head. Her name is Sydney Leday. She survived. She's also sharing her story. She was an innocent bystander when shots were fired outside a bowling alley in downtown Houston. It was just 2 days after her 24th birthday when she fell victim to gun violence. When she was shot, she somehow managed to get into a friend's car and passed out. She would wake up in a hospital after being intubated and being put in a long coma.
I want to be there. I kept telling my mom I want to go home. I had never been in a hospital like that.
Leday explains the crowd outside the bowling alley seemed to be engaged in friendly banter. She didn't expect that banter to turn into violence and aggression. She was released after a week in the hospital. A GoFundMe page is available to help pay for her medical bills. Leday admits recovery will be long, but she's thankful to just be alive.
Happy Friday, y'all. And meantime, not so happy on the roads. Lots of traffic coming in and out of the Alamo City at I-35 at Alamo. Looks like it's slow going into downtown, slow going out of it as well.
And temperatures were slow to rise today. Just a few days ago, we were right up around 80 degrees. Today, we struggled to hit 61. We did it briefly at 2 o'clock. Then the temperature fell back down again into the upper 50s. So below average for the high temperature today. You can tell where we've had some sunshine. Eagle Pass at 68. Del Rio 69, even Lakey at 63 degrees. But locally, for the most part, we're upper 50s to just barely at 60 degrees. You look at the visible satellite imagery, and west of 281, even just west of Sabinal is where we've had the sunshine today. Officially at the airport in Del Rio, 71, Rock Springs at 61, Uvalde at 62 degrees. But locally in San Antonio, officially at the airport now, 58 as a result of the clouds. So temperatures falling down through the 50s this evening. By midnight, right near 50 degrees. So not a huge temperature drop, a stray sprinkle even tomorrow morning, but real rain chances are right around the corner. We'll detail the changes over the weekend and that better shot at rain coming up, Ursula.
Thank you, Adam. For the first time since a special investigator was appointed to investigate the case, the president now breaking his silence on the classified materials discovered in his home.
ABC's M. Wynn on how the president is insisting his team is doing things by the book.
President Joe Biden speaking out for the first time since a special counsel was appointed last week to investigate the handling of classified documents found in his private home and office after his time as vice president.
There's no there there.
The president growing more frustrated, pushing back on questions during his visit to California to survey storm damage.
We're talking about what's going on, and the American people don't quite understand why you don't ask me questions about that.
The first batch of classified documents were found in early November at the Penn Biden Center in a private office Biden used after his vice presidency. Yet the discovery of those records were not made public until January, after the 2022 midterms. When asked about how the records were disclosed,
I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do.
While a few more classified documents were later found at Biden's private home in Wilmington, Delaware, House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer is zeroing in on the Penn Biden Center, demanding to know about donors as well as who might have had access to the office. Republicans in Congress raising questions about the administration's transparency and timing.
This is why there's such hypocrisy behind the Bidens once again, something big that comes forward prior to an election where they kind of keep it quiet, where the American public could actually have a say in it.
The controversy comes as Biden took to Twitter today to mark the second anniversary of his presidential inauguration, saying we've made real progress for the American people. A special counsel is still looking into former President Trump's alleged handling of nearly 300 classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago after he left the Oval Office. The White House accusing Republicans of hypocrisy for not caring to investigate that case. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Former President Donald Trump appears to be giving up on his legal battle with New York's top attorney. He tried to block Attorney General Letitia James from getting records related to his private trust. James argued Trump and his company misled banks and others about the value of his assets. Trump claimed it was a conspiracy, filed a lawsuit. Now he's dropping that lawsuit. A judge said Trump's suit was entirely politically motivated and no reasonable lawyer would have filed it. I have a warning now about some hidden dangers that could be in your home, from a popular vacuum, a gas range, even a big TV.
12 News Live's Marilyn Moritz has our recall roundup to keep you safe.
Don't use this oven. Z-Line is recalling 28,000 gas ranges because the oven can emit dangerous levels of carbon monoxide while it's on. The gas can be deadly. 44 people have reported CO emissions. 6 models sold since 2019 are affected. Contact Z-Line. Bissell is recalling 61,000 cordless wet-dry vacuums after reports of 5 fires and many reports of the battery pack smoking. Stop using it and contact Bissell for a new free battery. Big screen, big tip-over risk. LG Electronics is recalling 52,000 of these 86-inch TVs. When in the stand, they can be unstable. There are dozens of reports of tip-overs, especially dangerous, even deadly to small children. These were sold last year. Contact LG. And is this your child's helmet? SACAR International is recalling 33,000 multi-purpose helmets because they can fail to protect a child's head in a crash. 3 models, the Tony Hawk, Crayola Dry Erase, and Credhead's Lizard. Contact SACAR to return it. We have more information on all of these products on our website. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
End of an era. A 30-year-old ride at Disney World closing for good. Yep, that's it. Find out what's going to be replacing it.
A group of students from Jefferson High School ready to compete in the Rodeo's barbecue cook-off. How much the hefty scholarship is worth as the kids show their grilling skills.
I'm Myra Arthur, and here's what's ahead on the news at 6 o'clock today. The St. Mary's Strip, known as a hub for bars and nightlife, well, now St. Mary's Street will also be home to a San Antonio police substation. We'll tell you how many new officers will be patrolling the area and what people who live around here are saying about this. Plus, it was a controversial demolition a few years ago, a city-owned dance studio that was a beloved landmark at Woodlawn Lake. Coming up at 6 o'clock, Jesse DeGoyato shows us the new dance studio and community center that honors Berta Almaguer, who spent her life teaching the city's youth how to dance. That and more today on the news at 6. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Myra. Good barbecue is no accident. And now Jefferson High School students are putting their skills to the test at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo competition. The Mustang team is going to be competing at the Stock Show and Rodeo's Junior Pitmaster Challenge next weekend. Teams from all across Texas will be testing their barbecue cooking skills for a chance to win a scholarship. Who knew you could get a scholarship barbecuing? The judges are going to be looking for several things, including taste, texture, and appearance. For months, the students have been practicing, but the most important thing is how cooking barbecue is bringing all these students together.
It's competition. It just encapsulates everything that we want our kids to really fully enjoy. And it is the communication, it is the camaraderie, but it's that competition. It's that modifying and adjusting everything just as quickly as you can in order to make the best product possible, because you get one bite.
Ooh, who's hungry now? The Junior Pitmaster Challenge is going to be held on the rodeo grounds January 27th and 28th. The scholarship is $20,000.
Do they need any help? Yeah. This weekend, your last chance to ride the Magic Kingdom Splash Mountain at Disney World. The park is closing the popular water slide on Sunday night. The Florida ride opened in 1992 and includes characters from Disney's 1946 movie Song of the South. In 2020, Disney announced that Splash Mountain would be turned into Tiana's Bayou Adventure based on the 2009 film The Princess and the Frog. The new ride set to open next year.
We're heading outside with live cam. Mostly a cloudy day today. Looks like the sun might have kind of peeked out here at the Tower Life building.
Just a little bit here and there, and generally off to the west is where we had the sunshine, especially closer to and along the Rio Grande. And in turn, temperatures boosted up into the low 70s there, but we're at 58 degrees here in San Antonio. Let's talk about what's to come. A few sprinkles late tonight and first thing tomorrow morning, but the key is generally looking dry. Some real rain chances enter the picture Tuesday morning. We're going to talk about that system and show you where it is right now. And then a cooler stretch of weather ahead, kind of like what we had today, this afternoon. We're going to see more of that as we get into next week. Let's start with the radar. It's been a while since we've had to start with the radar, but there's actually a few little sprinkles out there. Most of that virga, which is the rain that evaporates before it hits the ground. Nonetheless, don't be surprised if you see one or two raindrops on the windshield along 181 between Floresville and Poth, and then even into Gonzales County. Here's a look at our futurecast, and the low clouds are going to stick around, and then they may drop a few sprinkles overnight and even first thing in the morning. Notice by 6 a.m., one or two sprinkles, kind of like what we have out there, what it looks like on the radar, especially east of town. You get 8, 9 a.m. and even around San Antonio, basically along and east of I-35 is where we could have these very light sprinkles. Accumulations, maybe a few hundredths of an inch. That's about the best we could do. If we're lucky, we could see 5/100ths of an inch from one of these sprinkles in and around Bexar County and surrounding areas as well. It's just a 20% chance for that light activity tomorrow. The higher odds as you get along the Gulf coastline. There's actually going to be a low pressure system that spins up along the coast and just offshore, and that's going to enhance those rain chances right along the Gulf Coast and maybe even creeping into parts of Lavaca County and DeWitt County. But by and large, most of us mainly just seeing a sprinkle or two in the morning and then dry the rest of the day. Let's talk about the big picture. Here's a little swirl over the four corners. It's the upper level low we've been talking about for a while. And actually, we've got decent energy coming in from this southwesterly flow aloft. These yellow contours indicate the winds above us, part of the steering flow, basically, and a ribbon of energy that's been helping to give us our clouds today and even some of those sprinkles. But I want to take you up to Alaska. That's where we have our Tuesday system. There it is, just south of Alaska. It's going to be dropping southward into Canada and then the lower 48 as we get into the latter half of the weekend. Then it's likely to dive and dig straight southward. And remember, the lower and the more southern it can drive and dig south, the better it is for our rain chances. And it still looks like it's going to set up in a spot where it gives us enough energy to give us a window of opportunity for some real rain. We're talking showers and thunderstorms Tuesday morning. I even think the chance of a rogue severe thunderstorm is possible early on Tuesday morning for the commute. Right now we have it at 40%. There is the chance that we'll be raising that a little bit, but we need more information between now and then. So Tuesday morning is our next chance of some real soaking rain for some of us. 58 right now, dew point of 34. We're 60 in Helotes, but check out Del Rio 71, 61 Carrizo Springs. Port SA right now at 59. Let's talk about tomorrow morning. The low clouds, one or two sprinkles. I'm not canceling my morning plans outdoors, I'll tell you that. Temperatures in the 40s, 46 Helotes, 42 Bernie and Bulverde, 48 around San Antonio. Then by the afternoon, we'll start to see a little bit of sunshine, 61 the high. I do want to point out tomorrow's going to be similar as to today. Along the Rio Grande tomorrow, you'll be hitting 70 degrees. And I mentioned the cooler temperatures next week. We're going to get into some mornings in the 30s and afternoons right near 60s, so below average by the middle of next week.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, let's head to the AT&T Center. Big game on the horizon. The Spurs ending a losing streak, hoping to start a winning streak, Greg.
Yeah, and also extend the Clippers' road losing streak. Now, Kawhi Leonard is on the court as we speak. That indicates to us he will play tonight for the Los Angeles Clippers, the former Spur. And we're already in Santa Clara to get you ready for the Cowboys' big playoff game against the 49ers. Coming up. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome live to the AT&T Center where tonight our San Antonio Spurs play host to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, the Spurs are coming off that big 106-98 victory over the Brooklyn Nets, which snapped their 5-game losing streak, while the Clippers are coming off a 126-103 loss to the Jazz that dropped them below 500. In that game, former Spur Kawhi Leonard did not play due to injury management, but he is not listed on the injury report for tonight's game, and in fact, he's out there right now warming up. What can the Spurs take from their win over Brooklyn that will help them tonight against the Clippers?
A defensive intensity throughout the game is definitely something. I think just with how hard we were playing on the defensive end, we didn't shoot it real well. They didn't shoot it real well, but I think getting stops down the stretch when we weren't shooting it well and everything is something that we're going to have to continue to do.
All right, there is a tip time tonight, 7 p.m. We'll have highlights for you tonight on the Night Beat.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, let's take you live from the AT&T Center right now out to Santa Clara, California. Get you ready for the Cowboys' big playoff game. That's where we find our Larry Ramirez.
Thank you very much, Greg. We are coming to you from Levi's Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers and site of their next playoff showdown with the Dallas Cowboys. What an awesome rivalry. The winner will advance to the NFC Championship. Now, the Cowboys are coming off a dominating wild card win at the Buccaneers 31-14, while the Niners dominated Seattle in the second half to win that game 41-23. Cowboys rookie left tackle Tyler Smith, who's about to start his second career playoff game, was asked how much these games mean to him.
I mean, it's huge for me. Ever since that first game, when I knew I'd be out there starting and, contributing to the team, it's always a big deal to me. Every week is a big deal to me. That's one thing, I kind of, I appreciate at this level. It's just like you got to bring that same mindset and preparation to each week. But, even more so now, there's definitely, emotions involved. But, we got to get to that next step no matter what. I'm here to do whatever I can to make that happen.
The Niners have a rookie offensive lineman as well in UTSA great Spencer Burford, and he's getting ready for his second career playoff game. And in fact, we are scheduled to talk to him in a matter of minutes. So, Greg, we got to get back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Larry. And there's a look right now. Kawhi Leonard warming up on the court for tonight's game, indicating he will indeed play. Live from the AT&T Center, Greg Simmons, KSAT 12 Sports.
Yeah, I don't.
How do you think it's going to go?
I don't know. I'm still Kawhi's.
Did we just forget about it?
Still a little sour. Still a little sour about Kawhi. Let's put it that way.
Got a little sting there.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Few sprinkles tomorrow morning. By Sunday, chill in the air early, 38 degrees in the morning. By the afternoon, sunny and 68. Sunday, the best day to get outdoors. I mean, Saturday's going to be okay for most of us, but Sunday's definitely a little bit better. Monday, sunny, back into the upper 60s after a chilly morning, then a chance of some real showers and even thunderstorms. Tuesday morning, I want to point out, get ready for some very gusty winds on Tuesday.
Thanks, Adam, and thank you for watching the News at 5 with us.
World News up next. We'll see you back here at 6.